How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jory Geek. Welcome back to the channel for another Let's Talk Toys. I'm excited because I'm with my favourite pals on YouTube. We have got, as ever, James T. Keegan. Eyo. Eyo indeed. Nice to see you, James. I hope you are fit and well and ready to talk all things gaming.
I just had my mind blown 10 seconds ago when Luke said Triple Leg Gaming or Triple Leg Comics, and I never realised that your name spelled Trip Leg.
No, neither did I. No.
Yeah, I never noticed that before.
Thanks for that.
I'm just going to call you that from now on. Trip
Leg.
Trip Leg
Comics, yeah. And we have got, as ever, the Hydra Collectibles man himself, Luke. And I said James. Fuck yeah. We're off to a good start. Yeah. Luke, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Those of you might notice my eyes a bit dodgy. It's all set for Halloween. But yeah, other than that, I'm fine.
That's what I'm a nurse, so I can tell you that's what happens when you touch dirty willies and then rub your eyes, mate. That's what that is.
If only it was my own.
Nice. And here we go. Simon, how are you, sir?
Hello, I'm alright.
Hello. Man. Are you all right, Simon?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. You look like you're sitting in a ditch or something. Is your chair dropped?
In a ditch?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're looking.
Just chill.
Are you well? We haven't seen
I'm
you for
well.
ages.
I know. So, well, we're going to see each other in the next couple of weeks, aren't we? So.
Shit. Forgot about that.
Christ.
Shit. Not looking forward to see me, James.
Yeah. Looking forward to it, Simon. It's going to be a fun weekend at good old Thought of the Bubble. Right, guys, we've got tons to get through tonight, so I want to crack straight on. Just quickly jump to the chat, see who we've got in. We have got good old StreamYard. Thank you for joining. We've got Fuzzy Dunlop. The Toy Boys are back. Simon, behave yourself. 3 strikes and I'm off. Yes, we'll try our best to keep him contained, Fuzzy. We've got Chris Bell. Always nice to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. Okay, this is interesting. Fuzzy is referring to Chris as Bellamus Maximus. I like that. That's good. We've got Jack. Evening, lads. Nice to see you, Jack. And we've got Sean. Always nice to see you, my friend. And we've got my pal. Well, everybody's pal. Efren.
What's going on?
Yeah. How many slides did Simon? Simon's been quite restrained, actually. Simon, I think we capped him at 6, I think. But he's changed them. 7 o'clock tonight. Is it all right to change my slides? So
I
yeah,
I didn't change it. I updated it.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Technically, he's changing the slide, Simon. Yeah. And Fuzzy, I didn't know he had a scalp. I thought the hat was a permanent feature. Who were talking about? Is that you, Luke?
No, he's talking about. I mean, I assume he's talking about
About me.
Simon. Yeah. Okay, chaps. Right, like I said, tons to get through tonight, so let's just make a start. And I've chucked loads of extra slides in, so I do apologise. But there's been some additional news just breaking tonight from Mondo that I know a couple of you will be interested in.
Yes,
Mondo do some brilliant 1/6 scale figures. They tend to be cartoon based, so they've done He-Man figures, they've done what do you call them? Brains on blank. X-Men animated series, all that kind of stuff. And now they've got this, which is very, very sexy. Ooh. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. So that's the Mondo The Thing. The exclusive version comes with the dog thing and the head
which
with
you just
legs.
have to get. You need to get that with it. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that the figure itself comes with a great deal, to be honest, aside from that. I mean, you get a couple of guns, you get the flamethrower. Quite like the flamethrower effect on it. But yeah, this is pretty good. Now, this will probably retail for around about 250-ish. It's a limited one. But then you'll have to pay import tax on that. Now, Mondo do cover postage normally, so the He-Man figures, they tend to give you free postage these days, but you do have to pay your import tax, which is 40-50 quid.
Do they have sorry, how much is it?
No. I think
it's 240 for the standard and 260 for the deluxe, but the deluxe is a timed one.
Okay, so
from tomorrow to the 10th of December.
So what I was going to say is that NECA have basically done these in the 7-inch format, but obviously you would have to buy them separately at around £40 to £50 each. So I was like, oh, actually, this could be an all-in-one deal for the same price. going in for this one instead. Obviously, it's larger scale. But yeah, price-wise, kind of adds up. Like when you think it's a bigger scale.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad price for the actual figure itself, to be honest. I have to be honest, it's not one that I'll pick up because I don't know where it would fit really in my what's it with the horror stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, horror section.
Yeah.
John Carpenter, go for a little John Carpenter display. That's what I'm doing. I've dreamed of a John Carpenter like shelf of just and they've announced this was like officially announced today, but there was a prototype shown about a month ago, and they have a John Nada from They Live as well. So I'm 100% get the two of them. They pair up quite well together, I think. So yeah, excited for this.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. But this is literally just announced today, so I thought I'd stick a quick slide in to show you guys because I think it's pretty nice. Luke, tell about this.
Yeah, so this is basically a figure that we've spoken about before on this show. It's basically their like custom version of Mr. Hyde, but Big Bad Toys announced that they were doing it in this new deco, like as an exclusive. And I think he looks much better in this new deco. So I was tempted by the original, don't get me wrong, but that's more of a Marvel Mr. Hyde with that green suit. Whereas this with the black, I can really see that working for like your Victorian London style or League of Extraordinary Gentlemen type of
it looks exactly
setup.
they've modelled after that. It feels,
So I'm actually really tempted to purchase this, like really tempted. I don't think it's for sale just yet. I think it's pre-orders only. But I could be swayed to go into this. It's a much larger figure. I don't know if you guys have seen it scale with the others, but it's bigger than your Marvel Legends Hulk. Like it's a beefy figure. So yeah, I'm quite tempted. What do you guys think?
I like it. I mean, I do. I like it a lot. I have to say, I think I prefer the green, mind. I don't know why.
I do as well. Yeah, it feels more.
So with the green, classic. I was tempted because the Marvel Legends Mr. Hyde is a Baff figure, and you can remove his head obviously and replace it. So I wasn't sure if that was something feasible for this figure or if it would be a bit too small. But yeah, I was debating, and then luckily enough, before making my decision, the variant has come out, so now there's choices.
Yeah. No, I like it. Simon, what about you, mate?
Yeah, I think it looks cool. What's it retail for, Luke?
So I looked it up because I was wondering if I could maybe get it on AliExpress a bit cheaper, but you can't. It's the same price. Works out around 130, 140 pounds by the time you ship it from the States, because obviously it's a Big Bad Toys exclusive, so it's theirs only. So to get it from them, you're having to pay that shipping cost on top.
I changed my mind.
Changed your mind.
No, thank you.
No, listen, it's a great figure. I'm loving the detail in it.
Do you know what I love most about it is the ability to custom. The fact that you could take this and make a Hulk figure. There's a lot of talented people out there who will adapt this. You could have a Bane for your Batman shelf. Like it's just a good core body for someone to modify and create something unique for yourselves.
Yeah, I could see that being turned into a Hulk, actually. Very cool. Yes, nice, I like it. It's back to me. I just wanted to touch on this briefly. This is Grand Admiral Thrawn from Ahsoka. This is obviously the hot toy. This is friggin' amazing. I think the detail in the head sculpt on this is absolutely phenomenal. Again, not one I would be picking up because I wasn't a massive fan of the series. James, I would imagine this is the one that's on your radar.
Fuck yeah. Before they even announced this thing, I was like, I'm 100% getting that Thrawn. I was actively looking forward to this announcement, and yeah, I think he looks incredible. So like, there was a bit of a thing when the show was running about him having a little bit of pop alley. Do you think they removed it for this? He looks a bit like trimmer than in the show.
It's funny you're saying that because there was some I can't speak because I'm a fat guy myself, but there was some unflattering kind of memes and images going around about him having dad bod after COVID and stuff like that. This doesn't look like that at all. This looks much, much trimmer. I mean, Chris is just saying in the comments here, the latest Star Wars Hot Toys have been insane. Absolutely agree, mate. And I think, the head sculpt on this is stunning. The costume looks amazing. That shot there with him kind of standing looking at the Star Destroyer, it looks phenomenal when you actually see like the big blown up image of it. It's a very, very cool figure. So James, this is a definite pickup for you.
100%. If it wasn't for a convention we're going to next week, I would have pre-ordered this already. So I'll wait until after that and have funds back up a bit. But yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait to get my hands on this thing.
Simon, you've not picked up any Hot Toys, have you? Is this
No,
it? Would this tempt you?
not yet. Possibly. Obviously, is this the first Thrawn that they've brought out? They've not brought out the actual Rebels cartoon version.
No, so Sideshow did like a kind of based on the comic book on the novels. I think like just a generic Thrawn figure, like 10 years ago or something. So that's the only other 1/6 one. So it's like night and day compared to this one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I might pick it up if I start, but then that's going down a big rabbit hole for me, going to Star Wars.
Especially Star Wars, yeah. You can,
Yeah.
They announced Hera, Chopper, Sabine.
Yeah.
You know, I'd imagine we're going to get an Ezra and.
I'd have to get all of them, and my bank balance can't afford that.
Yeah, no, I completely hear you, Simon. Once you start with Hot Toys, it's something you don't go back on, I have to say. I'm just sat here looking at the face, and I just think the sculpt is beautiful. The eyes and everything look amazing. But I am with Fuzzy. He looks very good, but if I'm going to have a one Hot Toy, it isn't going to be a blue bloke. Yeah, he's...
Are you going to get
that
this?
said, Fuzzy, Nightcrawler? Would you not go for a Nightcrawler? Or a beast? Ooh, a fairy, hairy beast. Furry, hairy beast. That would be cool.
Like getting an avatar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Peter, are you picking this up?
No.
No? Not for like our Star Wars celebration memories of seeing him debuted at the thing?
No, James, I've
you're
just
sucker
got
for
the
that.
memories of you burned into my brain, mate. No, I am hashed. Listen, you heard it here. I am trying to be more restrained, because I don't have the space. So yeah. As much as I love the sculpt, I don't have the connection to the character yet. So it's not jumping out at us. If that makes sense. So yeah. Some of the ones later on, yeah, I'll be buying, but not maybe this one. Okay, Chance.
Mine now. Hello.
Gracie. Oh, look at him. He's adjusting himself on the chair, ready for
Bring me
action.
up. Ready for
Now,
action.
now, Simon, we're going to sit
Yep.
quietly and we're just going to let you plod through, all right? We're not going to jump on you or attack you. We're just going to let you
Speak
do
for
your
yourself.
work
I agree
yourself,
to nothing.
all right?
Peter, I want names and I want you to spell them.
Oh, jeepers, man. Nah. So anyway, this is Hasbro. This got announced ages ago. The reason I wanted to put it in because I'm actually after these two. So you've got Balin Scroll and Shin Hati. The pre-orders are sold out in the UK already. So yeah, I really want to get hold of a Balin just because obviously with him passing and everything, I thought
Yeah, same.
it'd be a really cool figure to grab. I haven't started this line yet purely because it's another line to start. So with the Ahsoka series. So, but it's a very nice line. The only thing I was disappointed was the Ezra Bridger figure because it actually wasn't one from the series. It was one from his hologram sort of outfit. And so I thought it's a sort of remake, sort of pointless figure, really. But weirdly, it's sold out everywhere as well. So that one's been really popular.
Say that to us again, Simon. So they've released a load of Ahsoka figures based on the show,
Yeah.
but they haven't given away an Ezra.
No.
Figure.
So no, because obviously this was pre-show.
Yeah, so
see.
they didn't reveal what he looked like modern days.
Oh,
The
got
only thing
you.
we'd seen
Yeah.
of him is a hologram of him in his Rebels outfit. So they're putting out a Rebels styled, but it's like a realistic take on the Rebels version. Isn't
Yeah.
it? I even
Yeah.
like seeing that like little art on the side of the box because you get a proper look at him. Then I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little preview of what a hot toy would look like.
Because I still think they obviously need to do one of the previous actor. I don't know his name at all. Of the ones we saw in the show, because that would be really cool. Yeah, so that I'm looking to start this line, but I want to get the Balin and the Shin Hati first. On the right there, we have a Captain Rex helmet, and Captain Rex is a very, very popular character. So this helmet will sell out really well, I would say. So, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. James, are you picking up any of these smaller scale Star Wars figures?
I've dipped off them, but a Balin skull just for Ray Stevenson. I think just to have that, I think would be nice. Maybe just get a Shin to pair. If unless like Simon alluded to, they're incredibly hard to get at the moment. So
Yeah.
I'll see if they land in my local comic shop. I might get them from them then.
Luke, you picked up all of the bounty hunters, didn't you? But you don't collect them as standard.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned it before. Star Wars collecting was a bit of a sore spot for me growing up as a kid when my mum threw everything out. So yeah, I went for the bounty hunters for the larger scale figures, but I haven't delved any deeper than that. So I've got it all set up as one diorama, one scene. It's good as it is for now.
Very cool. Very cool. Fuzzy, Captain Rex, first name T. Superb, Fuzzy. Good work, mate. I like it. James.
So just a couple of bits over the last couple of weeks. This one really saddens me. The Last of Us multiplayer game, like the kind of standalone multiplayer, is on ice after Naughty Dog has kind of had a series of layoffs. Sort of crazy to me because they are like one of the most praised and successful video game developers to like that they would even have to go through layoffs. I think it's kind of bizarre, but yeah, it's a real shame. They've been working on this since it originally started as the multiplayer for Last of Us 2, and that was 4 years ago now. So 3 or 4 years ago. So yeah, this has been in development for a long time, and yeah, it's
I mean,
on ice, so it's probably not going to happen at all.
You've been talking about this for what feels like forever.
I've made videos on this and stuff, on this game coming eventually, and like that image there on the screen that was only shown less than a year ago. So like I don't know what happened. Feels like overnight they just kind of lost interest in doing it at all.
That must be pretty shitty for everybody that's worked on it as well. To think 2-3 years of your life spent developing something like this, and it's just down
absolutely
the toilet.
Happens all the time. Loads of games get cancelled. It's kind of mad. A lot of the time, ones that you don't even hear about them. They never get announced.
Yeah.
Someone could be working on it for 2 years. It's a shame.
And then what's this? Tom Clancy's The Division 3?
Yeah, I don't play really The Division, but this is it's a big kind of franchise. I know a lot of people are fans of, so I thought I'd throw it in. But yeah, The Division is sort of a co-op survival kind of game from Ubisoft, and the third game was announced. I don't know, Simon, have you ever played The Division?
No, I didn't play Division, but I saw obviously cutscenes of it and things like that, and it looked it looked pretty cool. So
yeah, it's cool, kind of like semi sci-fi kind of setting to it. So yeah, I won't get it because I haven't played the first two, but like people seem to love it. So yeah, there you go.
Very good. Luke, back to you with some rabbit action.
Oh, he's paused.
You're muted.
Yeah, so the rabbit hole that I found myself falling into with Usagi Yojimbo. So I ordered the top figure, the standard samurai figure, when it first came out, and I have it here. It's a fantastic figure. I really do love it. But then they announced this Space Usagi, and I haven't got to reading Space Usagi yet, but I know that he is a descendant of the original samurai rabbit. And yeah, people also sing the praises for that book, also for that series. So not wanting to miss out, not wanting the FOMO, I've ordered this. So whether I like the books or not remains to be seen. But I figured you can't go wrong with a space rabbit. I mean, we all love Bucky O'Hare.
It's very true. Who are these by, Luke?
These are by NECA. So NECA Toys released it under the Turtles brand. So obviously they're doing the animated Turtles line. And they've kind of inserted the Usagi, Space Usagi figure as a kind of test to, test the waters, see if he's an action figure or a franchise that could hold his own line. So if this sells well, they might, hopefully, especially for the samurai stuff, they will give us more characters in that line, and maybe he'll get his own toy line out of it. Which I personally think would be fantastic because the creator, Stan Sakai, has basically owned and written and drawn this character for the last 35, 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I've still not read any of it, still not got into it. But I do like the looks of the figures, I have to say. It looks very, very cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure how protected he is with his ears poking out of his space helmet, but it's still one that I quite like. I like the concept.
Yeah, Fuzzy's just saying, I like the black and white Usagi figure, but I haven't bought a figure in 6 months. I just don't know what to do with him anymore. Yeah, I think you do naturally hit that point, Fuzzy, where you have a bit of a gap, don't you, until you come back to them, I think.
So my justification is that Samurai Usagi is going onto my turtle shelf, and he's already there. And this Space Usagi will go alongside my Bucky O'Hare. So that's how I've justified it so far.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, look at it.
Wow.
Sexy. So this is the Hot Toys 1/6 scale feral predator from Predator Prey last year. Last year, the year before. This thing's just flaming stunning. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I haven't pre-ordered it, but I think I will be getting it. I love the helmet. I love the face. It's got removable mandibles, so you can put them in different positions. You get a whole host of weapons with it. A nice little diorama type base there. It just looks very cool. I haven't had a decent Predator figure for a long time, so yeah, quite like this one. This is a one that I haven't, like I say, I haven't pre-ordered, but I will be picking this up nearer the time when it comes out, I think. What do you guys think of that?
I think it looks awesome. Like, it would be cool to put him with like Wolverine, with the Wolverine Predator comic coming out.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Oh, I like that, Simon. I feel the diorama coming on. Yeah, it's a good idea, mate.
Do like put it out. You're getting an Old Man Logan, aren't you? You could throw them two together.
Ooh, yeah.
Period appropriate. I'll get this, but not because Prey might have been my favorite movie last year, and I love this design. I think it'd be really imposing on a shelf. So I'll pick this up down the road when I have a bit more. When I manage to create more space out of thin air at some stage, I'll get this when I have the shelf space. But yeah, it looks sick.
Yeah, I think it looks very cool. Chris is saying dire bases are the way forward. Yeah, I like them sometimes, Chris, but I tend to display my figures without bases. But sometimes when they've got nice ones, I'll pop them on. I think my Predator's got a nice base, my other Predator. Luke, what do you think of this?
Yeah, I really, really like this, but again, I'm not venturing down that hole yet of getting the 1/6 scale stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with a Predator figure. I mean, if I did have it, I would want him battling like an Alien figure. Like, I would always match those two together. But yeah, I mean, there's no denying it looks fantastic.
Very cool. Very cool. Simon, back to you.
Back to me, more Star Wars fun. So these were just announced, I think, end of last week, and I had to jump all over it straight away before it sold out, and of course it has sold out. We have finally got a Mace Windu in the Black Series, which is absolutely astounding. And then he's also with a double pack with the a clone trooper from the 180th battalion. So yeah, it's a 2-pack Mace Windu. I pre-ordered this. I think it was about £50, I think, for the double pack. Yeah, so it's pretty much sold out already on the pre-order.
Do you feel cheated, Simon, that you've waited this long for a Mace Windu in this scale, only to then have to pay out for a double pack?
No, because it's Mace Windu.
Fair play.
It's Mace Windu. I don't care if he's in double, triple pack. But we'll get onto it next, because I have purchased another one on pre-order that had released, and now it's in single pack. So, and I'll get onto that one.
Are you happy that it's a Clone Wars armor style?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I love Clone Wars anyway. So, like, having that. This is a different coloured pack, so it makes me think they're doing another set, because this is Clones of the Republic. So it's a different colour pack. So it's the very first pack they've sort of announced in this colour. So it could be another line. Hasbro are going big on the Star Wars, but there's the sort of. I did read somewhere that they got their turnover and they were actually down on their Star Wars figures. So by 10% this year turnover compared to the last year. And yet they've announced absolutely tons and tons and tons of Star Wars. So yeah, very hard to believe. Below I'm going to get, because I was going to get him anyway, but it is a remake because you've got two versions of the Paz Vizsla.
This is not the 10th time they put this figure out. Like,
yeah,
I remember buying this when the show came out. Like one of these guys.
Yeah,
and he's just called Heavy Mando or whatever.
Heavy Mando, exactly. So there's one where you can get him with Jon Favreau as the face. Then you can there's been two other ones, I think, the carbonized version, and then obviously another version of him. So this is like the 4th pack version from the Mandalorian series. So, but yeah, so.
Fuzzy's just saying he got the Clone Wars Mace Windu last year and the face sculpt was really impressive. That one looks pretty impressive, to be honest. It looks really good.
Yeah. It's
very
the first
nice
pack series, so that's why I purchased it. So
yeah. Good stuff. James,
one Star Wars thing to another, huh? Cameron Monaghan has been talking lately, and he's mentioned that there is going to be a Jedi 3 Star Wars Jedi game. I think it was safe to assume, especially based on how the last one ended, that they're going to do another one. Like, you know, they sell incredibly well. They're very popular with the fan base. So yeah, it was a given. But it's nice to have like proper confirmation. It's like, yeah, it's definitely happening, and that'll be the kind of the next thing out of that studio. So I'm stoked. Yeah, can't really wait.
Criminal
Can't wait to
that
see where
we've
the
not got
story
a hot
goes.
toy
So.
of him yet.
Shocking, isn't it? Really? Yeah, that'd be an instant buy. Like, and like it's weird that because you would think that they put it out around the time of the game, or like, you know, within a couple months of that.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
they
the-
release in the toys in the droid section a BD? I can't remember.
There was a trooper came out, wasn't there, from the game?
The hot toy.
Ah,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so
no,
it was announced,
with the
but I don't know if
pattern.
it's out
yeah,
yet.
no, it's not out yet, but it's branded as Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, we should be getting a Cal down the road. Can't wait. I really want that one of them. Simon, did you play Jedi Survivor?
No, I didn't. The first one, not the second one. So
No. Okay,
I watched you play it because we talked on your show about it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I
Nobody
know the
else
story.
is playing it, so nobody else can say I'm excited for the.
But
third
me,
one.
me and Peter know the story.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why you have that look on your face, Peter? You enjoyed
No,
it.
I'm just. I'm just
We just watched an hour-long story.
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was good.
And then this is pretty funny. So Mortal Kombat 1 kind of launched in the last month or so, and there is a Nintendo Switch version. Retails for about the same price, and people are just shitting on it because the graphics are like horrendous. Peter, I don't know, I put another image to follow this. Did you put that together?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure, mate. I thought it was the
Bollocks.
same.
Okay, I have another one for comparison. Try and find it now. Yeah,
Wow.
that's the difference between the PS5 and the Nintendo Switch version. Absolutely horrendous, isn't it?
But Switch is old now. Like I don't know even how it copes. Like that. Nintendo Switch 2's coming out, isn't it, for it? So
There's some kind of Switch follow up by them. They've not been announced yet, but I'd imagine in the next like year or so. I know it's not as powerful, obviously, but like you should work around that with like maybe more stylized graphics, like attempting to do like realistic and try and ape the other one as close as
I
possible.
don't think they can. That's why.
Yeah, no, it's just
That's
just
why
terrible,
Zelda's
like-
shell shaded.
I mean,
So,
Yeah.
you know.
Maybe I'm just being too kind, but I wouldn't expect the visuals on the Switch to be fantastic. Isn't the Switch not the handheld one?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There are games on it that look quite good, and you know you have like some of the Arkham games run on it and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be that far of a cry. Like you should be able to get a decent looking game out of it, but it looks like they look atrocious. Like some of the fatalities.
That
like-
woman's eyes look like Luke's.
Yeah, it looks like
His
that
dodgy-
looks like early
Yeah,
PS3
dodgy
kind
glimmer.
of. Yeah, it's no good, but it's been pretty funny. It's funny to see the internet kind of all shitting on it together. So yeah, that's been that's been curious. I haven't played Mortal Kombat 1 now. I love the story in those games, so I'm gonna get on that at some point
Yeah.
soon.
My son was watching some of the cutscenes, the kind of the fatalities and stuff, and they were absolutely gruesome.
Yeah.
Looked very cool. Luke,
Yeah, so Giant Man. So this was the HasLabs, the pay to own kind of situation. Not one for me, not something that I was gonna ever go for, but I am actually glad that it did go through. You know, there was a lot of people shitting on this at first. I thought personally the price point was fair for what you were getting. And it is what it is at the end of the day. You know, when are you ever going to get a decent Giant Man figure? Like, we can all continue to lie to ourselves that the old Builder figure from Toy Biz is good enough. This knocks that out the park in my eyes. So I'm glad that it did get funded. I'm glad that people who wanted it have got it. And this is just an image to show you how it scales with the other HasLabs that have been before of something of a similar size. So it is a little bit smaller than the other two. But yeah, I mean, who else are you going to have fighting these things? Who else can you have knocking out a Sentinel? You're going to need your Giant Man.
yeah. And I think, to be honest, it scales quite nicely. I don't think Giant Man should be as big as a Galactus figure. Do you know what I mean? Or a Sentinel,
So-
to be fair.
He came with various faceplates, much like the Galactus did. So you can actually change this to the zombie version from
Yeah,
Marvel
like that.
Zombies, which I really like. But that wasn't enough to tempt me into purchasing him. Like, I just don't have the space for it. Again, I didn't even buy the Galactus for the same reason. But yeah, I'm glad that it's funded. So all the people that were shitting on it before, at the end of the day, it's just the internet, isn't it? This is what people do, and at the end of the day, people know what they want. So it funded, people are happy.
Good stuff. Efren's just saying that he's got 2 of those figures. Very jealous of your Galactus,
He's
mate.
the man that has everything, isn't he?
Isn't he? After what Marvel Comics has done to Hank Pym, I'll never buy his item. Yeah, Efren got quite upset about poor old Hank. Okay, back to me. We've got 15 people watching. Thank you very much, everybody. Please do hit that like, subscribe to everybody's channels, please. So this is the Present Toys Blade figure. This has been out for a little while. I think I pre-ordered this February time. It's very cool. I like the head sculpt of Wesley there. This is based on his appearance in Blade 1. It's got all leather coat, all leather pants, and it has got the red lining inside the coat, which I wasn't sure of. The reason I'm showing it is because we've now got the So-So Toys version, which has just been announced. Now this is the Blade Trinity version, so you'll see that his undergarments are a little bit different. So he's got the red vest as opposed to the standard black vest. 2 head sculpts with the So-So version. You get the standard head sculpt, and you get the bear and his teeth head sculpt. Again, it's got all leather jacket, leather pants and everything, and it looks very, very cool.
Do you know what though? I like the first one. So I would like a fanged look. That's the problem that I have. Like, if I'm gonna have Blade, the Daywalker, I want him roaring with his fangs. So that's the only thing that put me off that first slide. But other than that, that first slide I think is the better figure, personally.
Yeah, I think I like the head sculpt, the neutral head sculpt better. You see, I'm not going to display mine with a fanged look. I like, do you know the image there with the sword in the ground and looking down? I remember that scene iconically. Do you know what I mean? When he's getting ready to fight. So that's how I want my Blade.
Nobody likes Blade Trinity, so
yeah,
like that. Even the undergarments for it just doesn't look right. Plus, he's an older Wesley Snipes, which is fair because, you know, as a Daywalker, he does age like a human.
Yeah.
But I just think that is such a more iconic look. That's your Blade 1, your Blade 2. You don't need the Trinity. Like, that's disappointing.
Yeah. What do you think, James?
I think this one looks significantly better. The face just looks more realistic. And to be fair, you're gonna have sunglasses on it anyway, aren't you? So it doesn't make that much difference. The other one, I feel like, just looks a little too skinny. You know, I don't know if you flick back to it there. If you can.
Sorry, just Connie's never seen Blade Trinity. You're not missing anything, Connie. It's the worst of them all. Yeah, let me know in the chat which one you think looks best: the Present Toys or the So-So Toys.
I also like that kind of red, the red under.
Peter, how much is the price difference between the two?
It's not a great price difference, to be honest.
So how much was this one?
I think it's $200 in total.
Okay. Well, if you change your mind, I might buy the first one off you.
Yeah.
Then you could recoup some of your money.
Just buy both. And hope
I'm
they
thinking
do
of buying
Blade
both.
2 one. Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see if he does sell part of his collection, because he stated in his video that he's never sold anything.
I haven't. Well, I've only ever sold one thing. That was because I bought a gift for someone and bought the wrong friggin' one. I think this is what people are saying. I think I agree with that. The outfit's better in the first one, but I think the head sculpt's better in the second one.
Well, do you know what you could do? You could buy both and then put the head of.
Have a little play around, yeah. Swap it up.
That's what I'm thinking. But this is typical of the friggin' 1/6 scale market, isn't it? You get, you wait years for a Blade figure, and then you get 2 in the same month. Homelander, we've got 3 or 4 Homelanders now, which is just ridiculous.
Well, Hot Toys will do one if he appears in Secret Wars.
Hot Toys have already done one a few years back, and it's a really hard figure to get a hold of, and I don't think it's got a leather coat. So the good stuff about these is all of the leather work is proper leather, so you're not going to have that horrible kind of pleather issue.
I wonder if it was originally a Blade 1 version, and because the Present Toys is doing that, they changed it to just change the color of the yoke to make it look like it's a Blade 3.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise us. Okay, guys, thank you very much for that. I think the decision is by both. Simon.
Back to me. So, I don't know what I feel about these. Hasbro have announced hologram Star Wars Black Series. So, yeah. So you've got the Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Axe Wolves, Han Solo, which is a very weird one to be in there, and then Bo-Katan. So, what's everyone feel about these?
Dog shit.
Just seems like a very easy way of not having to paint the figure and putting it out for the same price. You just make it out.
I mean, they did a similar thing a few years back with an Invisible Woman figure, which I have to say was really cool. It worked quite well, you know. But these just look pointless to me.
Do they come with like a little hollow pad thing, like you could hold it like it's real?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It does.
This would be great for cosplayers.
That's a cool element. I think of it. You could, if you were in a Sabine cosplay, to get an Ahsoka one, and it looks like you're talking to Ahsoka.
Bargain bin fodder. What on earth are these from Phil? Do these make sense in any way?
No.
Stinking.
You
Yeah.
can buy them cheap and do your own repaints. I mean, Hasbro do it anyway, so you might as well give it a go.
Are they fully articulated?
I don't think they are.
They're just little statues.
Yeah.
No, they're articulated, Simon. You can see the bends and the joints.
Yeah,
can't
some
you?
joints. There's some joints on there.
Yeah.
What's the joints?
I think the only reason you'd want to pick one of these up is exactly as James has said, if you're going to cosplay and you wanted to pretend you had a little hologram in your pocket, do you know? A little hologram in my pocket. Efren, are those ice figures? They would be perfect for a cold drink. I love it. Yes, it's actually an ice cube, Efren. I like that. Yeah, I would buy an ice cube, Han Solo.
Get express shipping.
Yeah. Crap. Not for me.
Yeah.
18 people watching. Thank you very much, everybody. Please do hit that like and subscribe. James, you've had your go on that one already, haven't you? Yeah. Luke. Oh, look at that. Look at that Trapjaw, man. Actually, look at that gremlin. It's mint.
I know.
So that Gremlin is a re-release. So I actually have that guy. He's right down here in a box full of other Gremlins. So this is a very popular NECA figure. Came out, I want to say 2017. I snapped one up straight away, as well as the Bat Gremlin. I absolutely love these things. But I just wanted to bring up the discussion about reissues, because with that selling out back in 2017, it made people who owned it have a bit of profit. You know, there's something backing their collection. Now, I'd never intend to sell mine. I love it. I want it as part of my collection. But there is no denying that this being re-released has now made that collection a little bit less. Now, this doesn't happen when it comes to comic books. Like, if you get a new printing of a comic, it doesn't matter. You got a first print. However, with these reissues, they are made from the same tooling, same plastic, everything else. They are literally identical, just years apart. So, how do you guys feel? Do you just not care at all? Are you indifferent? Me, personally, I'm a bit indifferent because I'm never looking to flip or to sell them. But I just wanted to get your view on how you feel about reissues.
I've been stung by this on a couple of occasions. So with the 1/6 scale market, you get limited numbers of figures produced. And then the older figures, particularly of popular characters, become like gold dust. So for example, RoboCop, Terminator, you know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Predator, even those figures. And they get, as you've just described, Luke, because they're out of print and they're sought after, they go for a higher price. And then every now and then Hot Toys has started recently reissuing. They'll give it a different slight coat of paint or something, or change it slightly. But automatically the price of those original figures just absolutely tanks. So what a lot of people do is they don't collect backwards. They just collect forwards. Whereas I kind of do that. So I collect backwards. So yeah, I've probably lost hundreds of pounds on some of the figures I've bought. Like Batman 89, for example. Keaton Batman. But I don't care because I've got the figures. Do you know what I mean? It's a nice figure to have in my collection. The only difficulty I have is if they modify it in any way and it comes with a new accessory or something like that, and I decide I want both figures. That's the only challenge I have. What about the rest of you guys?
So I mean, Black Series have just done it recently with Chopper. Obviously, Chopper, they've just, you know, instead of doing one for the Ahsoka line, they re-released the Rebels one. So my Chopper was worth quite a lot when I bought him, and now it's obviously gone down in price. So I suppose it's all depends if you want to sell, really.
Yeah.
I think they should just make enough figures for everyone who wants one to get. I don't know why. If you want a fucking Marvel Legends classic Spider-Man, of the 10 different type ones you could get, they're all like 80 quid. I don't know why that's a thing. That shouldn't be a thing. You should make 1 million Spider-Man figures. So, yeah, I think reissues are good. Lets people buy them for the normal price. I don't think you should take into consideration that someone who bought it early should be able to sell it for higher. Like,
Yeah.
you bought it, you should keep it. Sell it. If you sell anything, you should take a hit on it because you got to own it for a little bit.
I tell you what, I do think is a sneaky move. Sorry, just quickly jump to the chat. Chris is saying Trapjaw looks like he's taking a dump. He does, mate. Fuzzy's perfectly fine with reissues. The toys, everyone should have the opportunity to own one. Yep. And Chris, I think reissues is an unpleasant move. Just a small resculpt would make it all seamless. Yeah, I agree with that. What irritates me, I'm going to use, excuse me, Mondo as an example. They'll put out a new, for example, He-Man figure. And they'll say it's an exclusive, time only, blah, blah, blah. You've got 24 hours to buy it. It comes with the Thunder Punch shield, the red shield, the blue shield, the whatever shield, blah, 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 blah. So you rush to buy it. And then 6 months later, they say, oh, but now we're re-releasing the exact same figure, just without the accessories, the additional accessories, for much cheaper. So I don't know if you've seen, Luke, but they're going to do that with the Battle Cat. So
Yeah,
you'll get
but
Battle
you know
Cat
what?
without the heads.
I'm okay with that because I really wanted the heads. So
Yeah, you wanted the head.
behind me,
Luke,
I don't know if
Luke
you
wanted
can-
head, yeah.
Nothing wrong with a little head. Right?
No, there's not.
So behind me here, I've actually got the Battle Cat heads all lined up
Yeah,
on
see?
their own display, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Like,
And I think that's fine, but I think they should be open about it. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I wouldn't have bought that original He-Man with the Thunder, because I don't use any of those accessories. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think they should be a bit more open about it.
Even more recent example, this is as far as 2 weeks ago. So there was a Halloween convention like a couple of weeks ago, Halloween 45th anniversary kind of thing, and there was a Halloween 3 figure at it from NECA. It was limited to 1,000 of Tom Atkins' character, and it was going on eBay afterwards for like 300. I bid for 300 on it, drunk, and thankfully lost. And then the other day, it went up on the NECA website with a signed badge from the actor, from Tom Atkins, for $75.
Yeah.
So like they just didn't tell anybody at the time, and I saw people freaking out like, oh my god, I have 3 of these things and how am I going to get rid of them now, and
It is frustrating. Like I got obviously the red Darth Vader exclusive when we went to Star Wars, and yet you can still get him on Hasbro's website. So it's not really exclusive, was it?
after I went through all that bollocks with the slip and all to get
Yeah,
it,
you can still get it on the website now. So
made no difference.
no.
Guys, I just want to stop for a second here. Fuzzy Hasbro do it all the time, release 3 packs for 100, and then 3 months later release them individually for 25. Yeah, we'll have war within the YouTube community. Rare point of disagreement, Fuzzy. We used to be so in tune. Battle lines being drawn in the comments section.
well, for me, I think just a simple date stamp would do. Just something so that if you are I mean, obviously, you're always going to have your investors and your flippers and your collectors. That's always going to be the key difference. But even from a collector's point of view, like, you want to know that you've got something old and of a certain time. Do you know what I mean? Like, take us with the He-Man stuff. Now, obviously, that is very different. They've re-released them with articulation, like knee joints and stuff that they didn't have before. So it's not really a reissue. It's a complete redo.
Yeah.
But this other stuff is just a reissue. So that's the Gremlin anyway. That's with NECA Toys, and he's
It's nice
on
that figure,
pre-order.
mate. It is nice, that figure. Look,
It's an amazing
I like
figure,
it.
and I'm actually tempted to buy one to do a slight modification to it. I would like to make some other spider-like characters from that body mold. So I might even buy a few more when they come up for sale. From Mattel, we have the Trapjaw, and I wanted to highlight this because this is part of the new Eternia wave. So they had released the Revelations Trapjaw before, and he was okay. He was good enough, but there was something off about him. He didn't quite look like Trapjaw, whereas I think this one is a lot better. Of course, now that everyone's saying it looks like he's taking a dump, that might put me off. But no, I just think it's a better figure all around, and I do think having been collecting this new line from Mattel, I do think that the the new Eternia figures are the superior figures.
Yeah, they look good.
So they seem to be the best ones.
I don't think you can go wrong with a Trapjaw. I love that figure in whatever format he comes in. I just think there's something nostalgic for me, but something very sexy about all the different clip-ons you can have and the different attachments, the different arms. It just feels like you're getting good value for money when you've got all those different options. I love it.
And then finally we got this Mezco 1 in 12. I love Mezco 1 in 12 as a line. They're usually, imagine a 1/6 scale figure but shrunken down into that 6-inch form. It comes with all the fabricated clothing and everything else, multiple accessories, different hands, heads, etc. They're really nice figures, and I have a few of them myself. But this is the mask based on the old comic books, the much darker, more gory story. I really like this. I could be tempted to purchase this. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I like him as well. I think it looks very cool.
Not much of a Mask fan, really. So no interest in me. I like the look of Mezco, but I don't know. I feel like when you're going that high quality, you want it a bit bigger so you can admire the kind of intricacies of it a bit more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the reason why I go for them is because I can fit more on a shelf. Like I do like my dioramas and having setups.
How much are
Comes
these?
more like a dollhouse build though.
120, is it around that?
Yeah, around £100. Between £80 to £120, depending on what figures you buy.
Disney.
I've got the Popeye one, and to this day, it is the best action figure I've ever purchased. It just looks amazing.
Excuse me. Yeah. Chris is saying I prefer a bigger thing in hand. Yeah. There's a very good Morbius from Mr. and a Mr. Freeze that's gorgeous. Oh, I've not seen the Mr. Freeze one. That'll be interesting. Clearly now I'm thinking more about makeup sex with Fuzzy. Absolutely. Moving on. Venom, innit? So
Venom.
It's been a great month for
this is so this is the Venom from the new PlayStation game. We've finally, after years of asking for it, got a white spider symbol on the front of Venom, because up till now we've had the Tom Hardy version. The sculpt on this is superb. It's got multiple mouth attachments. You've got tongues, you've got tendrils which stick to its back and its arms. It looks phenomenal. It looks really, really phenomenal. But Fuzzy straight in, pure mince time. But it's friggin' stupidly big, in my humble opinion. It's the same size, just shy of the Hulkbuster figure. So
Jesus.
it towers over your standard
It's too big.
figures.
It's too big, and it's such a shame that they've done that.
So it's
I'm sorry.
accurate to the computer
It's
game.
accurate to the game. That's how big he
Yeah.
is in the game. And I would be annoyed if he was smaller, if I was wanted my game setup, So this is the size he should be.
It's the same size.
You should be upset he's smaller in the game.
But that's interesting, isn't it? Because I think this is marketed obviously then for the guys who play the computer games, not for people like me who are fans of the Venom character and wanted
Yeah,
a
up your
character
ass,
that
Peter.
yeah.
I'm taking my
who wanted to go with the Spider-Man collection. I've been on the fence with this figure on and off because I do really like it, but it'll look ridiculous in my collection, so I'm out with this one.
You haven't got your Hulkbuster fighting anyone though.
To be fair, right, one of my problems with these figures, particularly Hot Toys, for example, is the length of time that it takes from announcement to actually being released. So the other day, I was just casually browsing on Comics and Cocktails, and I saw that the zombified Doctor Strange figure, with all the arms and everything. This is something that we spoke about months and months, almost years ago, and it still hasn't even come out yet. And I don't think I could invest my money and wait that long for something like this.
It's a bit random, Luke. It's a bit random. So this one is going to be out much quicker. I think this is out.
Yeah,
shortly.
so Miles from the game was only announced a month or two ago, and that's out now. So
Right.
So it's random. But you're right. We still haven't got some of the Eternals figures that are on the way. Who the fuck's going to be buying an Eternals figure now? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I just think there's a lot of time for another figure or another company to make something new that you would want. Don't settle if you're not 100% backing it, then don't settle for it, because they must be making others. Other companies must be looking at Venom and thinking, what can we do?
There's been a few. There's been a couple of third-party Venom figures, but none of them really float my boat. But yeah, I'll not be picking this one up. James, are you getting it?
Absolutely. I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put him, but I'll have to like tower like stack
bigger than
things
you.
on top. Yeah.
Sleep in your bed.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll find a way. I think Peter, if you got him, you'd find a way to make it work. You'd set him up in a way. You'd put him into your display, and you'd be like, "Oh, that actually looks really cool." You know.
I'd rather wait because let's be honest, Venom's coming to the MCU at some point, and he will be a more traditional-looking Venom. They'll slap the white symbol on.
You
years,
hope.
years you'll be waiting on it. Wait, is Venom 3 filming?
I don't know. Not sure.
Isn't Chiwetel Ejiofor in as the villain and stuff? They announced that.
Yeah. There was something announced about that, wasn't it?
Were they filming? Did they film it?
Can't remember. Don't know.
Might be. Yeah, that might be like a year away at this stage.
Yeah.
So maybe. Okay.
Anyway.
Fair enough then.
I mean, the price point on this isn't too bad.
For what you're getting, I think it's pretty good. So
seeing
yeah.
I think all the
500
head sculpts look off to me. They
Maybe
like
it's
it's not
it's
how
not-
I picture Venom to be.
It's not.
in-
It's a
in
different
either of
version.
them.
It's not even Eddie Brock. It's I suspect a certain character, but we'll see. But
Anyway.
I love the look of it, and yeah, I have a Peter and a Miles. So
Is this being shipped to my fucking house then, James T. Keegan? Is this going to end up in my room?
you
Well,
I
to
love
keep
you,
it if
Peter.
it does.
you can throw it in your display and see how it looks. Then you can test them out.
You
So
know, smash
there
the
you go.
glass.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Okay.
Back
Simon.
to me. Right, so some more Hasbro announces, and some I've already purchased and pre-ordered. So we've got a resculpt remake for a Darth Vader, but in the New Hope line. I already have him in Empire Strike Back and other various lines. I do collect the New Hope, so I'll add that one to it just because I'm a collectionist. We've got is it R4 600? I can't remember. Yeah, R4 600 from the Mandalorian. That got announced, so that's a cool figure to get. And then at the bottom, the one I did pre-order is Starkiller.
Hey.
Hey.
I just what, you showed off that little 3-pack thing from a couple months ago, and I was like, they're gonna put this out solo at some
Yeah,
point down
and
the line.
I'm glad I waited.
Already here he is. So yeah, as I
Everyone
said,
was moaning about the price because it was £110 with the 2 stormtroopers and the lightning
ridiculous.
effect.
Ridiculous. Yeah, just for the
Ridiculous.
novelty of recreating the package of the game. So yeah, like I said, once this comes in my local shop, I'll be picking him up anyway. And I think the
Definitely.
sculpt looks great. Looks fantastic. So I'm excited about this.
Straight on. And yeah, so I pre-ordered that, and then this got announced only at MCM London Comic Con, and I got to change the pictures quickly today. They've just become on pre-order today, which I've ordered. We have a Padme and a Anakin Skywalker finally. Well, hey, yeah. So this is obviously your Phantom Menace. The only Phantom Menace I have in my line is Jar Jar Binks. He is the only one they've ever released in the Phantom Menace line. So to sort of add to the Phantom Menace
Is it
line,
not Darth Maul?
no Darth Maul.
Qui-Gon?
No,
There's no Qui-Gon Black Series.
no. I've got a Ghost Qui-Gon from Obi-Wan series, but none from Phantom Menace.
That's fucking baffling. to
Yeah.
me that there's no Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mad,
like the
okay.
old movies, they just never made those figures for
That's
some reason
crazy.
for those
Is
lines.
it to do with the character likeness? Has he refused to give it, or the wants too much money for it?
I don't know. I don't.
I
know
can't
what the
imagine you
reasons.
have every character, every actor under the sun in this franchise, and they have figures. So I can't imagine that'd be a thing. I think Padme looks terrible. The face looks so weird. Like it's
Yeah.
just very kind of
She looks very
angry
cross,
and
doesn't she?
yeah. I don't know. It looks terrible. And I think the Anakin should have come with a pod racing helmet.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, that would have been cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I pre-ordered
Interesting.
them, so
Good stuff. James, back to you.
Yeah, so there's a couple games that came out over the last couple of weeks. It's been a great month for releases. Alan Wake 2. So this is the sequel to one of my favorite games of all time, Alan Wake. It's developed by Remedy, who did Max Payne, Control, and a few others. It's getting universal praise, like 9s and 10s pretty much across the board. It's sort of I don't know. Any is familiar with Alan Wake, with the games, other games?
Nope.
horror game is it?
So yeah, sort of. So it's like you're a writer. It's very kind of Twin Peaks style kind of story to it. But you're a writer, and your kind of story starts coming to life, and it's the mechanics in it is like you have a flashlight and you have to shine it at like these kind of shadowy enemies to like get the shadow off them, and then you shoot them. And yeah, it's been a long time coming, but I'm kind of knee deep in another game at the moment, but I'll be jumping over to this one immediately when I finish that. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then we had a new Super Mario game, so I've not really seen anything of this. I don't know, Simon, can you?
I don't know. I've not. I've got a different one pre-ordered. So
Right, okay, yeah.
I've got Mario RPG.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, this one, to my knowledge, is a more classic Mario side-scrolling kind of game. But yeah, apparently it's wonderful, as the title suggests. So, yeah.
Never even heard of that. Is that
Yeah.
That's not the one with? Oh, it is the one with the elephant. That's,
Yeah, the one with the elephant.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've seen the trailers for that. Good stuff. Good stuff. And Luke, we're back to you.
Yeah, so back to HasLabs. So this is the new HasLab for the add-ons to the Proton Pack that they made. This includes the trap and the PKE meter, but it's around the same price. You know, that Proton Pack was around 300 and something odd pounds, and that's what they're asking for this.
Oh, is it?
As much as I love it, I don't think it warrants the price.
That seems
Just by comparison, like it wasn't that long ago that pack came out, so you can't even justify the whole inflation thing.
Yeah. That
So-
seems very pricey.
I can see it doing well. I can see a lot of people buying it. You know, and they do look great. Don't get me wrong. They are built. They're based on the Afterlife movie as opposed to the originals.
Yeah.
So a lot
yeah.
of people are saying, "Oh, the wheels on the trap are rather big," and this, that, and the other. But it's because it's based on that movie. Yeah, it seems too pricey. That's the biggest downfall that I can see going for it.
Yeah, it's a nice set, I suppose. I suppose if you've got the Proton Pack, you're going to want to pick these up, aren't you?
If I had a trap, I would want one of those like Simon style wavy hand wind blower ghost things to come out of it.
All right, yeah.
Have it open up with a light and have something inflate, or I'd expect something a little bit more for the money. But
Yeah.
again, I'm sure it's going to do really well. You know, there's a lot of Ghostbusters fans out there. I myself somewhat regret not picking up the Proton Pack. Like I have a custom built one. I actually bought it from Ben when he purchased his. But yeah, it's I can't justify that price.
Yeah. I guess it'll depend what the quality's like when it turns up, won't it? But
Yeah.
looks pretty cool.
So then, moving along, sticking with Hasbro, I put the Scarlet Spider figure up here at the moment. It basically, they released a wave of figures, but I put this up just to symbolize. Again, kind of leaning on that whole reissue thing. Like this was a pricey figure. Like I had this figure. This figure has been released, I think, twice in the past. And I paid a fair bit of money for my one. I paid like 70 odd quid just to have him in my collection, thinking that we were never going to get him again. Now, fortunately for me, that was a good few years ago. That was about 3 or 4 years ago. So it doesn't hurt that much that they've reissued it. But he was an instant sellout. Like he's already sold out. People have all jumped on him. It's a very iconic figure, very iconic look. People tend to like this
I
character.
love it. I love that costume.
So as much as I would have loved to have pounced on it and bought one myself, I do already have one, an older one, in my collection. So I'm good for that. But what do you guys think of these this new wave of Spider-Man figures they're releasing?
I've only seen this one, Luke. I haven't seen the others, but I love Ben Reilly. I love that costume. I've got him in 1/6 scale, obviously. But yeah, I think it's a very, very cool looking figure.
So the other one that I saw was a Tombstone figure, and that's the one that I pounced on right before the show. So before we went live, that's what I was fiddling about with and trying to purchase directly from Hasbro Pulse themselves.
Very cool.
But Simon, what do you think of them?
Yeah, I think they look cool. Like, if you collect Spider-Man, you will obviously want this. So if you've never got the Scarlet Spider or any of the others, I think there was Hallows Eve as well. She came out as well.
Yeah, I saw that. That was tremendous. I'll be picking that one up.
Seems weird, doesn't it, that like some of these new figures, like the Hallows Eve and even the Null figure, like they've come out so fast, and yet other characters that have been around for decades have yet to even have figures made of them.
Yeah.
It
Fuzzy's just said,
crazy.
yeah, that Hallows Eve looks great. Yeah, I really like the look of that one, Fuzzy. I think it comes with 2 masks. So yeah, I'll probably pick one of those up. I like that. Okay, good stuff, Luke. Good luck. So just remind us, the HasLab stuff, that's the same thing. It's got to get X number of backers.
It's got to get X
guarantee
number of
winning.
backers, but you can pretty much guarantee that every person that bought the Proton pack is going to be all in on this because it all fits, it matches, it does. So they're going to definitely go beyond their target. How far beyond their target remains to be seen.
Yeah. Nice. I like it a lot. Okay. Speaking of Ghostbusters, this is a 1/6 scale Star Race Slimer. 2 different versions. You get your standard version, or you can get the exclusive version, which comes with a bit of a diorama base there and hot dogs to stuff in its mouth. It does have an LED light up feature, so you can see it glowing there. This is interesting to me. I've pre-ordered the Ghostbusters figures. I don't think we've had a 1/6 scale Slimer to go with them yet. Not sure what the price is on this, but I've got a feel. I don't think I'm interested in the diorama base and necessarily the hot dogs. I just want your standard Slimer. I don't think there's any real articulation on this other than you can shift its arms a little bit.
So what scale is this in?
1/6. This is
I-
1/6
Oh, grand.
scale.
Okay, yeah.
I think if you got the Ghostbusters, you have to have Slimer. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm
he's a
thinking.
must. So whether there's articulation or not, whether there's much else that you can do with it,
Yeah.
I think you kind of need him. Like he completes the set, he completes
Light
the
up
team.
feature is quite cool, I think, to have as well.
Yeah, I quite like it. I mean, Fuzzy's not a fan. This is taking the piss. You have to have a gob full of sausage. I love a gob full of sausage. I really do.
I know. I've seen you at a Toby's Carvery breakfast.
Yeah, it's very simple. Yeah.
But Peter, one thing I will say though is just it does depend on the price because
Yeah.
you can get statues of Slimer in a similar size that will scale nicely with those figures.
Yeah.
And if there is very little articulation, and if you're not bothered about light up features, etc., and that's obviously going to boost the price up a little bit as well, you might be better off just with a figurine statue on a pole.
Yeah, if you can find the right scale and whatnot. I don't know. I'm going to have to check out the price on this because it is tempting, as I have to say, when those other Ghostbuster figures come. Back to you, Simon. Oh, is this?
back to
Hang on.
me.
Is this anime shit? What's this?
Yeah. So
Hang on, his segment was anime and Star Wars figures.
I know, but I
Peter,
didn't think they'd really do lots of anime stuff. You know what I mean?
SH
this
Figure
is-
Arts is a big company, all right? Give him a break.
yeah, it
Calm
is a
down.
very big company.
I can't believe we're at the
James.
stage in the night where James Keegan is
I
defending
was just,
Simon.
as
I
the
know.
words are coming out
Do
of
you
my
know what I mean?
mouth, Peter, I was just thinking that myself.
So this is SH Figure Arts new releases. So we this I have to get it up because I can't pronounce it. It's Kui, I think this purple guy is from the Ginyu Force. So if you've watched Dragon Ball Z, which I don't think you have, obviously, Peter, but he's a very important character in the
So
Ginyu
important you don't know what his name is.
Force. No, I don't. It's Kui.
Do you watch
Um,
Dragon Ball Z?
What's cool because I have the tattoo of him, Vegeta with the 9,000
Vegeta? That's a food. Did
No,
you say Vegeta?
Vegeta.
Which one's
Vegeta
that?
down below.
For us little newbies, Simon, would you like to identify these characters for us?
Yeah, so Vegeta's down below.
Which one? There's
he's-
two of them.
No, the one with the eye scanner.
Bottom left or bottom right? Bottom left.
Bottom left,
Now
bottom
you say
left.
you're picking on him now, Keegan. You're
No,
picking on
I'm
him.
I'm
The one
genuinely
with
want
the
I
eye
genuinely
scanner.
want to know. Okay, yeah.
The
all
one,
right.
I mean, you
the
could have
eye.
said the one with the blue
two
pants.
of them
Do you know
have
what I
fucking
mean?
nice
Yeah.
But
scans.
you know, the one with the blue scans is Vegeta.
Vegeta, he's Vegeta with the eye scanner, and the eye scanner is very iconic because he goes shouts.
Iconic.
Iconic.
There you
Good
go.
man.
Yeah, you did
So
it for
there you go. So
He
On-
didn't do that on purpose.
He didn't. Right?
on the right is Goku in his red hair and his God mode.
Why's he got red hair?
Because that's Super Saiyan like God mode.
I thought if you were Super Saiyan, you were all like gold and shit. No.
Yeah.
No, Super
then
Saiyan
you
is
can
turned
go
into
Super
a giant
Saiyan God.
gorilla, right?
No, that's before.
Which, ironically, they have a tail until they become the gorilla, and then there's no tail because monkeys and apes aren't the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Is,
he got
is are all 4 of these figures in the same like style? Because the top right one looks more like cartoony than the
That's
others.
the cartoon, isn't it? It changes.
That's-
It's anime, isn't it? It changes
Yeah,
from like
so that's
normal
Goku
artwork
as
to.
well in his kid form with his tail.
Oh, okay.
So that's it. You know, when they first. That's Dragon Ball. So Dragon Ball came out first, which was Goku and a kid, and then they brought Dragon Ball Z out.
I thought it was all Dragon Ball Z.
It is old. It's still old.
No, all
No.
like the Dragon
All.
Ball Z was the original thing. It's Dragon Ball, and then there was Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball came out originally, and then Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
Okay, that's the
Anyway.
new segment, anime with Simon.
Anime segment, yeah.
Can we not have some Pokemon figures up, please?
Yeah, give us some help, Pikachu. They're not them all
Oh,
the
I
time.
don't think they do
I'm
them.
with,
SH
I'm with
figure
Chris
arts.
here. Like, you've been talking for 5 minutes, and I don't know what you're talking about. Let's move on to Street Fighter. I know what they
Street
are.
Fighter. Yeah. So we've got Ken and
That's
Ryu,
That's
isn't
not, that's Ryu.
It's Ryu.
Ryu. Sorry, not yeah. Ryu.
I was doubting myself for a second because I was
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
that's
Sorry,
too
Ryu.
obvious to get wrong.
And then
Yeah.
Chun Li.
Chun-Li, yes.
I have to say, I do like that. What's she called? Chun-Li.
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 They
Chun-Li,
look
I do like that
I
figure.
thought
That
that was
looks cool.
I thought that was a clip of the game when I looked
Yeah.
at that. That they look incredible.
That effect on her foot is very cool, isn't it?
Oh, that's awesome, yeah, and yeah, I think it'd be really cool to put these like up together, facing each other with the background. Would look amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, SH Fig Arts are actually putting out a lot nowadays. Like a lot. They're obviously their main line are anime figures. But they're also moving into gaming and other areas as well.
There's a PlayStation Spider-Man. They did,
Yeah.
and a few other.
Yeah, you can get the
PlayStation
Gwen
characters.
and obviously and yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well done, Simon. James T.
Speaking of science,
You've got 3 slides of this.
I do. Yeah, so Spider-Man 2 has
forgot.
been released in the last week. It's phenomenal. It's like absolutely incredible. I'm only about 7 hours in at this stage because I've been so busy with editing for, because my partner's a bit lazy and whatever. But no, it's I'm having an absolute blast with it. So I took a few screenshots today. So I've just got the black suit, and like the kind of symbiote powers you get with it are insane. Like you can shoot tendrils, and there's kind of like these ones where you explode them out of you and everything. You just feel more powerful in it. So I think that's a cool like reflection of the symbiote, like in the story. Yeah, it's awesome. Graphics are great. I think there's a lot of cool new features. The web wings in particular. You can basically, there's like these wind tunnels around the city, sort of like between buildings, and you can almost like fly like Superman. It's so cool. Like you're going so fast. Like the momentum of it is really incredible, and the story is like fantastic. So it's a bit more like bombastic, I think, than the first one. Craven's so well realized in it. Like this is sort of like a minor, very vague. I'll say this, but he's already sort of been hunting certain characters, and so like he there's some characters like from the first game that are dead. And you can find like voice notes of like how he killed them and everything, and just the way he talks, and like he says, getting to know like why he's doing it. It's like almost like a religious experience for him, like the hunt. I think I think the best version of Craven I've ever seen. So yeah, it's fantastic, and like the kind of Harry Osborn element to the story is really great. I've not even gotten to Venom or any other characters that could, I've just got the black suit, so like I'm kind of in that portion of the story now. But yeah, I know Venom's coming later on. Some other characters that have shown up, like there's Mysterio kind of elements to it that in one of the side quests he's sort of like a VR guy because he's reformed, and yeah, it's just fantastic. Like I have an absolute blast. And
I mean, I have to say, it looks amazing. I've heard nothing but good stuff about it as well. So yeah, sounds superb.
Absolutely incredible. Like everything's improved over the first one. So yeah, I'd had an
I
absolute
heard you
just
can ride
taking
a bicycle.
Yeah, there's a bit where there's like this. There is sequences where you ride a bicycle.
I mean,
there's flashbacks to like how he got his job at the Daily Bugle and stuff like that. So like there's bits where you're riding a bike, and yeah, it's.
Oh, sorry, Simon. We've got pictures of him exploding on the screen, web lanes, blah blah. Everything's. I've heard you can ride a bicycle.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So yeah, it's a blast. Anyone seen any of the story or anyone?
No, but I am going to watch the cutscenes, James.
Yeah,
I am going to, if
Yeah,
you want to
so-
do a show. And
I've added the cutscenes to my my watch later section on YouTube, but it's 4 hours. I don't know how I don't know when I'm going to find the time to sit and watch it.
Oh, you watch it
my
bit by bit
trouble.
because that's how people experience the story when you play the game. You know, like I've
Yeah.
been doing this over a week or so.
I've heard it's very good.
Oh yeah, fantastic! Like the stories really grabbed me. You know, and I just found it. Yeah, it's so interesting. And
I mean, I have to say, I know I say this a lot about potentially buying a PlayStation, but now I know you can buy a Spider-Man game where he rides a bicycle. I might. That's
It's a
probably
selling
the
point,
bit
isn't it?
that just.
fuck the black suit. You don't need it.
Yeah. That's the bit that pushes us on. I think. Good stuff, James. It looks phenomenal. I've heard nothing but good stuff about the game, so looking forward to that. Oh, Luke, what the shit is this?
Right, so I fell down another rabbit hole. So I purchased the Lego Daily Bugle set, and that made me want to purchase a few other modular sets, which are basically the buildings to attach to it. So I kind of went down a bit of a rabbit hole, and I've done it all on AliExpress. You know, I'm not in Lego for the sake of a collectible / investment. I'm in it for fun with my kids. Like, we're building it, we're putting it together, and they play with it. So
So explain what you mean by that, Luke. Because when you say you get it from AliExpress, does that mean it's
So-
not genuine Lego? Is
yeah,
that what you-
so it's from the same factory. It's Lego. It is their thing. It just hasn't had that final stamp of the Lego written on each brick. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? So other than that, the sets are identical, but they're just not official Lego. They still fit and work with everything. And you know, at the end of the day, it's a toy for the kids, and it's a fraction of the cost. It's a third of the cost. I can't really say no to it at that price. So I kind of fell down that rabbit hole, and I've been doing all this with the kids, and they absolutely love it. And then I saw this. So this got leaked this morning, and just because I'd been watching YouTube videos about Lego, it came up. And after going to the Natural History Museum this week with my daughter, this just seems like it was the universe just pointing me in that direction. This might be one that I actually go out and purchase from Lego themselves.
And
Like,
it's
I
pricey,
feel
Luke.
so it's over $300, which is about $250-$260 for us. But yeah, I could be tempted. Now,
Does it open up or anything like that? Can you get
yeah, it all
inside
opens up, and the inside is absolutely phenomenal. Like, you get a lot for your money with this particular set. I know there's a couple of people that do collect Lego, and I know there's a lot of people that can't stand the stuff. So I'm not going to stick on it for too long. But one thing that I will say for anyone who is looking to purchase such a thing, so pre-orders go live tomorrow. But I would hold off on that pre-order. I would hold off until mid-November time, or even maybe December, closer to Christmas, where the Lego store will have their like double or triple point system. And then if you pre-order it then, especially when you're spending that amount of money, you will then be able to accumulate a load of points and maybe get some freebies or some money off your next purchase. So whether I decide to go that route with it and actually purchase the item, I'm definitely going to hold off until one of those days.
Very cool. Looks cool. James Keegan, are you pressing buttons or something? Because my screen's going friggin' mental.
no, mine did it too. I don't know what happened there.
Okay.
Luke, is the Titan Saw worth going to see?
Well, so do you know what? I loved seeing it because I'm a dinosaur nut job myself. My daughter loved it. Unfortunately, those oil activists or whatever they are have destroyed the thing. They've gone in and they've thrown all stuff over it and ruined it. So the exhibit is currently closed. So I'm glad that me and my daughter were able to go and see it when we did.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm just at the end of the day, it's still just terrorism, isn't it? With those people, I don't want to get too political, but people panic and stampede and all sorts. It can cause a lot of harm to people. I'm not too sure it's such a great idea, them getting off the hook all the time for what they do.
Fuzzy's just asking, is it to scale, Luke? Do you know what the scale is on it?
I have no idea. It's definitely not to scale as in
Yeah.
real size. It's the modular systems all fit together, you know. So even like the Daily Bugle being a skyscraper, it is in comparison to the other builds.
Yeah.
So
Fuzzy's talking about the activists, not us.
he might be talking about us.
He might be talking about us. He might be talking about us. It's cool, look. I'm just.
Do you know what it is for me? Like, so right now, I have. So basically, the thing that highlighted it most for me is that I have just gone with my daughter to the museum, and we did see a long neck dinosaur, much like this one. And we've both been enjoying building Lego, so it's very family orientated for me. Like this is more of a nostalgic memory for the future. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm kind of all in with this one as opposed to the others where I've been a bit more half-assed.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. Okay, this is HM Toys version of Michael Myers. It's dog shit. So you get a few interesting additions with it. You get a few pumpkins and stuff like that. But the thing that I love about this is they made a big deal about seeing you've got a diorama base. Look at the diorama base there. Who are those steps for?
Yeah, it's
it's completely the wrong scale. I don't even know what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's just I don't think it's a good looking figure at all. I like
you see this, it's like, what's the point of even making this thing? 'Cause now, like, to be fair, it's based on Halloween 2, so the blonde hair one is like kind of a joke. This one because it's a character who's mistaken for Michael that gets hit by a car in the second movie. The if I had to pick closer up of the other one, that looks from here okay, but not great. But there's better Michael Myers fit. Like the Trick or Treat Studios one, which is official, is only like 80 to 100 quid.
Yeah.
So why would you get this then?
I just think it's awful. I just think it's absolutely awful. You got the Natural Museum steps. Maybe, mate, maybe. Chris, possibly the worst thing he's ever seen. Power mints. I like that. Power mints. We've escalated on the minceometer. So we're now at power mints. I like that. Yeah, I just think this is awful.
I like the wear on the boiler suit and the bloody stuff. Like, there's some elements to this. I could see someone picking this up for like accessories and.
I'm not being funny, but a Michael Myers figure is not hard to do. Do you know what I mean? It's a boiler suit in essence. You know, you've just got to get the face sculpt.
Head sculpt. The face sculpt's really the problem.
Yeah.
With it, like I suppose the stitching on the boiler suit doesn't look great either. But like there's no perfect Michael Myers figure. Yeah. It just seems to be hard. You know, I think the Sideshow has a great body and tailoring, and Trick or Treat has the best mask, and you know it's odd. But like this,
not good.
I could see for the pumpkins and the weapons and stuff why you might want this, or even just take the boiler suit off them. But other than that, it's, fuck that.
Nah, Mince, Simon.
Oh, this isn't Mince.
No, this isn't Mince. This is good.
So this was a previewing at I think New York Comic Con. So Luke touched on them before, and I wanted to bring them up again. This is the Four Horsemen as a company, and the reason I brought this up is because on the top left there we have a Wukong, and we spoke about Wukong last time, and I really wanted a Wukong when I spoke to Luke last time. And I thought it looked absolutely amazing. So, yeah, all these figures look amazing. So
is he still sold out everywhere? Because I'm after one as well, and I can't find him anywhere.
I think I found one somewhere online, Luke. It's £90. So, yeah, I want to get one, a Wukong. Then they announced a Krampus and the Headless Horseman,
Very cool.
Which look really, really cool. Then a Father Christmas. So
that's a bit random.
A bit random. Yeah.
The Krampus is just a generic Krampus. It's not based on the.
Doesn't look like it's based on the show.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
That's the
generic.
I think NECA are doing one based on based on the film.
Yeah.
I love that Santa.
Referring to something that wasn't on.
I love that Santa Claus though, and they do actually do like an elk reindeer, which could go really great with this. Like the same company make that.
I was just about to ask: is there a 1/6 Santa you can get?
Not that I've seen. Don't think Hot Toys do it.
They do for Nightmare Before Christmas.
That'd be a good idea, though, wouldn't it? Like 1/6 because you whip it out at Christmas.
Whip it out at Christmas. Maybe. Yeah.
So, and then you have the Mask of the Red Death and the Necropolis. So that's why, I put these up. I just love the look of the Krampus and the Wukong. They look amazing. I have to say though, the Headless Horseman and the Santa Claus are a bit pricey for me, I would say. £150, the Santa Claus is. Yeah.
I'm out.
So,
I'm out. Yeah.
Wukong's 90, Christ. So yeah, Santa's 150.
Fucking hell.
150?
Yeah, for Santa.
I could do Wukong on a PayPal Pay in 3 and only do £30 installments.
I
I
thought
could get away with that.
I thought these were 25 quid a pop. Like,
Yeah, I was expecting 50 max. I wasn't expecting 150. Yeah, nice, Simon. Nice to look at, but not buying them shit.
So Andy from Perpetual has just made the comment as a joke, no doubt, saying this is an AliExpress, right? But the thing is these figures are just as pricey on AliExpress. Like
Really?
you don't get them discounted. There's only certain things that you actually do get discounted. A lot of the time, you're just getting it before other people.
Yeah. Yeah, nice, but no, I'm not paying the price for those guys, I'm afraid. James Keegan, I just thought we'd add this in. So we've talked games a lot. We've talked games a lot. And when you were at my house the other day, you played on the Oculus. So just what did you think of it?
Oh yeah, it was an absolute blast. I've only ever played VR once before. Back when the PSVR was coming out, there was like a pop-up kind of demo place in Dublin. So I went with my mate for an hour, on lunch break for an hour, and had a go of it. Loved it. But yeah, playing it in yours, there was like so many cool different games. I was a big fan of. I can't remember the name of it. The one where you're swinging around, you're like shooting grapple hooks, and you're swinging
was
and
it-
shooting.
Oh, the Swarm one. Was it this one?
You're some asshole. You
I love it.
That's ace.
Oh,
The
bless
trust
you.
is gone.
Bless
the
you,
trust
little
is gone in that relationship.
I kept because you can see a little bit out of the bottom of the nose part, like down. I kept tilting my head up to see was he recording me, and I never saw him do it. So fair play for keeping that quiet. But yeah, thanks. It's good. It's
Good
fun.
stuff. Good stuff.
Boxing was
Anyway.
shit though. Like
Yeah, because you didn't know what you're doing. Anyway, guys, that brings me to the end of the show. Thank you so much. Always good fun. Always enjoyed talking toys with you guys. Feels like a long time since we've done it, so nice to catch back up again. Okie dokie. Let's see what else we've got coming up. On my channel, a few videos out at the moment. Saturday Night Live we've just had where we did a bit of a talk about Daredevil. Please go check that out. My moan about collecting toys and action figures, and also my Liverpool Comic Con adventures are out, so please feel free to check those vids out. James, do you want to tell a little bit about these?
yeah, we got a Five Nights at Freddy's spoiler review up on the channel, and then yesterday, a couple days late because we had some kind of copyright issues with YouTube getting it through, but I'll be right back on Trick or Treat, so it's kind of a little look back at that movie. The most frustrating, like, how to getting a video onto YouTube experience I've ever had. So I never usually say, oh, please watch this, but guys, please give this a watch, because I went through hell to get it up there. But yeah, no, yeah, that was good fun. We're doing Fright Night next, I think, so that'll be
Yeah,
good
looking
crack.
forward to
And,
that.
yeah, and we'll also have one good scare on Friday night live, so looking forward to that.
I have to say, the Trick or Treat really took me by surprise. I mean, go and watch the video and find out.
Yeah,
all the
particularly
details
one
to it.
element in the video took you.
Yeah,
by surprise.
one. But I don't know why. In my head, I thought that was a short. I thought it was like a low budget thing. I didn't think it was a big deal, but actually, it's friggin' amazing. Really, really enjoyed it. Andy's just saying, look onto a thought bubble. Cannot wait, bud. Fuzzy, they announced a sequel to It Follows, James. Ooh, we've got that on the list
It
to
Follows?
review.
A sequel.
Yeah, James is excited now.
They've been talking about a sequel for ages. They were going to call it Follow It. But that was years ago. I don't know if there's some new news about that.
Yeah, so yeah, please do go check out those vids. Simon, have you got anything coming up on your channel?
Not yet, but I'm going to see you guys in Thought Bubble, so that'll be fun.
It will.
Peter just announced They Follow, it's going to be called. Like announced an hour ago.
Them follows.
Them follow. It says They Follow here.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah,
But Mike Monroe,
I've
can't
never
wait to see
seen.
that.
I've never seen It Follows, so I'm looking forward to, because I know we've got that on the list to watch. So looking forward to that one. Yeah, Simon, looking forward to seeing you, bud, at Thought Bubble. That's going to be fun. Luke, what have you got on your channel at the moment, mate?
Yeah, so yesterday I released a video reviewing Dawn of the Dead by George A. Romero, where I take a look at the 3 different versions of the movie that exist. A lot of people surprised that there are actually 3 versions, so if you've got the time, please go check that out. I love all of the Romero films, but that one in particular, I think is probably the most well-known zombie movie of all time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed your video, mate. It was a real cool video. So yeah,
Thank you.
please do go check that out over on Hydra Collectibles. Oh, and Luke, of course, you're going to be at Thor Bubble as well. So looking forward to
am.
catching up with you on the
Can't
Saturday
wait.
night.
I want my ice cream picture. If I don't get it, this will be the second time I've met you, and I didn't get one the first time.
No, it's hard life, isn't it? But we'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted on the Sunday, I'm sure.
Yeah, is it your birthday while we're there?
It's always my birthday, Simon. Always. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. Can't wait to have some shots with the boys on the Saturday night. It's going to be good. Okay, that's your whack. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching tonight. We had 18 people at one point, I think, so that is superb. I really do appreciate everybody stopping by, and we will catch you all next time. So with that, we'll say good night. Night, everybody.
Bye.